Hey readers, welcome to my channel. Today's video has 4 layouts. Attack strategy is similar. Hope you will soon be able to complete district in 2 attacks and capital pick in 3 attacks. I will use snapshot of each layout to illustrate my attack strategy followed by the replace. Today's video is on capital pick placed nearer to the corner of the layout. These layout that I face are slightly different from what I used to attack. So I'm not using the sneaky archer or the barbarian this time because there might be mines and a lot of traps that might have killed off my archer and barbarian. So I use P.E.K.K.A and the red card to focus on attacking the right side on the first attack, and on the left side I will use the flying fortress to clear out the defense over here as well as the building over this side. My second attack will focus on taking out the capital pick as long as a defense nearby, and if possible I will take out the dragons as well. So let's get into it. Okay, first I will deploy a P.E.K.K.A to make sure that if there is any trap it will try to trigger it, and as soon as I'm clearing some of the building and some of the defense to the right, I will start to deploy the flying fortress so that you do not go sideways. So after deploying the P.E.K.K.A, I will use the heal spell to keep it alive. And for the flying fortress, you will continue to focus on the defense on the left side, and whatever building nearby, the skeleton that are thrown out by the fortress will help to clear it. Of course, you can see that there is a P.E.K.K.A that are helping out as well. So normally when I use this combination of troops is only when I'm running out of time, especially on the raid weekend. So if I do not think that I can finish all my attack, I will use the big troops right away in my first attack, and hopefully I will be able to clear the base in 3 attacks. So as soon as I deploy all the troops, right now at the time when you watch this video, right, when I'm playing the game, I already closed the Clash of Clans apps. The AI will continue to play, and until your troops are knocked out by the defense, you will continue to clear whatever building or defense right in front of it. So that saves me time, and I can get on with my third attack before I can get on with my second attack before it actually ends, right? I do not need to wait for 40 over seconds. So I'm going to fast forward now because at the point when I'm attacking, I really quit the game. So the second attack, I'll switch back to archer because there are a lot of defense nearby, especially the dragons are nearby. So I do not bring the P.E.K.K.A even though I managed to take out the infernal tower, because the dragons are so near to you, right? So if you come forward and then if I bring a P.E.K.K.A, it might have been killed off by the dragons before even the second blow. So that is the reason I focus on bringing the archer, because the single archer have 5-second advantage, and you will be able to take out the defense and troops faster. I'm going to fast forward here, so the focus is on the capital pick as well as the surrounding building. So, and when I deploy the archer, right, I usually deploy 2 group of archer, one group at both different position of the rage spell. So when the first group of archer are visible, when the defense or the capital pick are locked onto it, the other group of archer can still continue to attack for the millisecond or a second more. So it does have an advantage because of that. So try to deploy 2 group of archer if you can at 2 different positions, so that you take advantage of those millisecond or second in your attack. So now you can see the dragons has not been killed off, so but it is like close to half the blood. So my third attack, I'm going to take it out before I deploy my flying fortress. So now I first deploy the defense and followed by another group of archers to attack the dragons and use the barbarian to try to distract it so that I do not need to risk my archer when it is visible to the dragons. So here I'm going to fast forward. Flying Fortress is rather slow, so what I focus here is make sure that when it's close to a rapid rocket or any air defense, I will use the rage spell to speed it up so that it can take out the rapid rocket or the air defense nearby. So I will use balloon also to help to take out the rapid rocket, and when it's nearer to the rapid rocket, I will deploy another group of balloons to speed up. And you can see after the end of the attack, I can still have a lot of the bonus gold remaining. My first attack will focus on taking out the main defense over the left side of the layout, and if possible I will take out the dragon. If not, I can still follow up in the second attack, whereby it will actually charge in and take out the building nearby the capital peak as well as the capital peak itself. Okay, first I will use the barbarian to take out the building near the entrance of the layout. The reason why I use barbarian is to make sure that if there are any bomb nearby, it will try to clear it out. If not, putting an archer will kind of like kill it off quickly, and you may have wasted your archer unnecessarily. So once you are closer to the left side of the layout, I'll start to use archer to try to take out the building, and of course barbarian will be used as a supporting role to try to clear out any bomb in front of it. And the focus now is to take out the front part of the building, and the focus is also, if you can, take out the dragon as well. If you can't, you still have a second attack to do so. So I will use a double speed, and so when you are attacking such base, you know that where you are, but you deploy your archer with a support of the barbarian if you can, so that it can help distract other defense, so that your archer might still have like a millisecond or a second more to target the building that is attacking. So continue to use archer to take out this part of the building. If you can charge in and take out the blast bow, it will be better. I think the red card, I made a mistake on waiting it for too long, and I wasted my remaining archer. So it's kind of like wasted at the end. That so if I were to deploy earlier, maybe I can take out a lot more building, or maybe along with the dragon. So third attack, focus is to take out the dragon and the building nearby the capital peak. Of course, P.E.K.K.A will be used to take out the capital peak, but one thing that I did not do well is that because the cannon is so near to the capital peak, then it will target the P.E.K.K.A, and before the capital peak get taken down, the P.E.K.K.A is actually been wiped out. So if I were to place the ram nearer to the left side, perhaps it will be much better. So if you have a similar layout, try to deploy it nearer to the left side. So of course the rage you have to put nearer to the left side as well. So my P.E.K.K.A cannot hold on too much because there are still building that defense that can target it. So right now, after taking out the capital peak, I'll try to take out as many air defense related troops as possible, so that it set up my third attack with a flying fortress. So let's jump to the third attack. So the third attack, my primary focus is to take out as many air defense as possible before I deploy the Flying Fortress. As you can see, the two of the air defense is nearby, and the level is not the highest for the rapid rocket, so I can take it out with 4 lightning spell. So once I take it out, then I will use the archer to try to clear up the upper building, and of course when it lure the giant away from this area, I'll try to take out as many defense as possible on this side of the layout. While the rocket artillery are targeting the Flying Fortress, my archer will not be targeted. And of course, before the Flying Fortress reaches the air defense and the rapid rocket, I'll try to take them out with balloons so that I can keep the Flying Fortress alive, so that by the end of the attack, whatever surviving troops and troops that I have not deployed will earn extra bonus gold. You can see that I have extra 180 bonus gold right here on this attack. For such layout, for the first attack, I will usually use the minion to clear up the front of the building. The reason why I use minion is to avoid any zap trap that might target my barbarian. Okay, and once they open up a bit, and then you can use the barbarian to take out the right side of the building, and then use the battle ram to go to break the wall from the right side and target all the defenses before the capital peak. And this will set you up for the second attack, where you can use P.E.K.K.A. to and one range to destroy the capital peak, and after which you can clear out the defenses that are surrounding it, and any other defenses that will threaten the Flying Fortress. Okay, let's start by placing the minion so that I can open up the front side of the building, after which you can use the barbarian to clear up the right side of the building. And for this part of the building, since there are no ground targeting defense, you can place an archer to try to take it out. And you can start to charge in with your battle ram and your archer. Take out all the building in front. Of course, in between you can deploy the barbarian to try to clear up some of the mines. And do watch out the targeting capital peak, so that before you deploy the archer, if they are being locked on, wait for them to wait for the splash to come down, or else you will be wasting your archer. So I decided to place a ram on the right side so that they open up the other side, the other corner of the capital peak, so that it's not that near to the other infernal tower that you have not yet destroyed. So the second attack, you basically already set up the attack with P.E.K.K.A. So you can see that you will be quickly knocked out by the P.E.K.K.A. because there is only the blast bow targeting and the rocket artillery targeting it. It still survive and have close to half of the blood. And of course the zap trap will kill it off, but the final blast is actually help you take up close to half of the rocket artillery. So now you continue your charge and try to clear up this side of the building. Of course, with the giant around, it's a bit time consuming, and of course you might want to do it slowly so that you do not waste any of your army. So once I take up the giant post, usually I place the giant outside to try to lure it out. and after which I try to lure it up again, so that when it go further away from the center of the layout, your archer will have a lot more time to attack other buildings, so that it's not being distracted by the giant. And then of course, this side of the building you can also try to take out. There are spear thrower right here, and also the other two air defense targeting building. Okay, before I deploy my flying fortress, I'll try to take out the air defense over here along with the rapid rocket. And of course, I'll start to deploy my flying fortress so that I do not have to risk having a time fail attack. And along the way, I will use the rage spell when it's nearer to the second rapid rocket. And for this side of the rapid rocket and the air defense, I'll use 3 to 4 lightning spell to take it out. So my first attack, I may have already used 1 lightning spell, so combined with 3 other lightning, it has taken out the air defense and rapid rocket over here. So I still keep one of my lightning so that it can do a reset on the rapid rocket that are targeting any of my flying fortress that have a low life point. So with flying fortress, normally you can get a lot more bonus gold than if you use any other troops, because depends on the level of a building that left, but for such a layout, I will always use flying fortress to clear out the remaining of the base. Okay, for this layout, the defense are actually equally placed on both sides of the layout. So I choose to target from the middle because my third attack usually wrap up with a flying fortress. So I want to make sure that I take out the infernal tower right in the middle of the base here. So my first attack will focus on clearing the building at the side and hit straight from the middle of the layout. Second attack, of course, will be focusing on the middle part of the base along with the second infernal tower, and I will try to take out the blast bolt as well if I can. If not, then I will still have a third attack to wrap it out, because by that time there are not too many defense left. Okay, for a start, I will use the battle ram to take out the front of the wall, and with that I will try to charge in from the middle of the base, and in between I will use the barbarian to clear up the side of the building so that you have a lot less building to take out on your final attack. And I'll deploy the archer slowly so that it can help to take out the defense. And when it's nearer to the infernal tower, I will place a reach spell so that I do not waste it earlier if I were to place it out too much. So that if you place your first reach closer to the middle of the base, the second reach can be continuation of the fifth reach, so that the coverage will be nearer to the middle, and you could help your archer to take out the defense and the building much faster. So of course, if you do not bring enough barbarian, sometimes you will have to lose up some of your archer when it trigger the giant bomb or the bombs that is surrounding it, including the lock trap. So try to take up the dragons at the first round, and if possible try to take up the second infernal tower. If not, you can just wrap up with your second attack. You can wrap up in your second attack. Okay, you can see that this side there is a giant bomb, and of course over the other side they surely will have another giant bomb. So your second attack you can see that I tried to trigger the giant bomb here, but unfortunately the barbarian does not hit up to this bomb tower, so end up it keep knocking the wall. But it's good that it distract one of the mortar from when I place the archer. The other mortar is not targeting it. So I'm trying to speed up a bit, so the focus is to clear up as many of the building at the side and try to take up the front, both of the blast bow if possible. If not, then you can still wrap it up in your third attack. By then you do not have many defense left. So I'm going to speed up a lot faster. But one thing you notice is that after I place a archer, before it becomes visible, I'll place a set of ram, and it helps to distract the defense, so that your archer will have additional time to take up the defense or building that it is targeting. So now that I'm closer to the end of second attack, I still did not manage to take out both of the blast bow, but at least I cut down a lot of their health point or life point, so that it's easier for me to take it out at the third attack. So my third attack will of course be a flying fortress. I will use balloon to take out the air defense here, and of course the remaining balloons will help the flying fortress to take out the capital peak. And right before I deploy my flying fortress, I will use the archer to try to take out both of the blast bow as well as the rocket artillery. And you can see here that I placed a battle ram before the balloon, so that it helped to trigger the zap trap, so that it did not target my balloons. I still need to release one more set so that I can take out the spear thrower. And with your flying fortress heading towards your capital peak, you can use your remaining archer or whatever defense to try to take out as many air targeting defense as possible. And when it's closer to the capital peak, you can place both of your reach spells so that it can speed up and head straight to your capital peak. And do watch out which defense that is trying to target. If it's targeting your flying fortress, then you can release the remaining of your defense or balloon, so that it helps to knock out the capital peak a lot faster. And of course you can use the minion to try to clear out the remaining of the base. And by the end of the attack, you should still have a 100 over bonus goal. If you like my video, please share, like and subscribe. Thank you for your support. You can visit my website and channel for past Raid Weekends replays.